Hello everybody, it's Muriata here once again, and welcome back to a figure, yes, woohoo! So, this figure I went back and forth on several times on if I was going to get her or not. Because I liked her, she was cute, she was cheap. I wasn't sure which version I wanted to get. The pose is kind of, yeah, it's a, fuck me pose, ass up and everything. But ultimately, the famous line won out, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. I like her. She's coming home. So in front of us, we have Maid Nya, Hime Mao Keke. She's an original character. This is the DX version, and as far as I can tell, the only difference is she should have her bucket and a butt plug broom. The standard version does not have those two accessories. What's a butt plug broom? We shall see. So she is a 1/6 scale figure manufactured by Kawa Design. In China, she released sometime in November of 2025. In Japan, she released on December 27th of 2025. And I did have her combined with other figures and stuff, and delays happened, so that's why she's just now getting here. I ordered her on November 11th, 2025. Paid for her on January 16th, 2026. She shipped out on the 30th and got here today on the 9th of February. At AmiAmi, I paid 7,540 yen, or $49.65. So like I said, she's pretty cheap. And I've heard good things about her, so yay. I shipped her ECMS with Akabane Reno, the glasses girl who don't want to take PE. So shipping was a little expensive. It was 12,121 yen, or $79.82. So yay. Anyways, there is the front of her box. Nice window showing off her little face. There's the side. There's the back with some promo shots. There's the other side. I do like how it's kind of got a frosting theme because, the cake is a little theme item of hers. There is the top of the box saying Kawa Design. And there is a plain boring bottom on her. So let's go ahead and get this box open. We got a seal on the top. The box is corrugated cardboard. Go ahead and pop that open. And we'll go ahead and pull her out. We've got a little piece of paper. It's actually kind of cardstock, so it says Kawa Design. And then it's probably all the warnings and information and everything. So we'll set that. Actually, we'll throw it back in the box once we take a look in there. And it's just pink. It's got the same pattern as the outside of the box. So yay. Let's set the box off to the side. And there is Keke, Mao, Hime Mao, Maid Nya, whatever you want to call her. There she is in the box. And yes, this is definitely the DX version because we have the bucket and we have the broom. So there she is from the front. And there she is from the side. And the back, the other side, and back to the front. So she's got a base, she's got her, we got a cake, we got a tail, we got a butt flap, we got the bucket and the broom. Or mop, or whatever you want to call it. So we'll go ahead and cut the blister open. Open nice and easy. There is a piece of black foam in the blister, keeping her hand in place. Let's go ahead and pull out her base. So it's a fairly large oval base, and it's got a wood plank pattern. You got a little divot where the center runner was. It's got a nice texture to it. It does feel like you can feel the grain of the fake wood and everything. The bottom is yellow. So yeah, it's a pretty nice base, and it is optional. You don't need to use it because she can sit wherever you want to put her. Next we'll pull out her cake. It's a pretty big bag for that cake. So we have a slice of, looks like, I want to say strawberry, but I think it looks more like cherry, so maybe it's a cherry cake. It's got some pink sponge and then some yellow sponge and some frosting. It's on a nice pink plate. And the plate is actually sculpted on the bottom even. So yeah, nice looking cake. And you can set that wherever you want. We'll pull out her tail now. Okay, so it does peg in. I thought the tail was magnetic, but I was wrong. So anyways, she has a cat tail with a nice pink bow tied on it. And there is a little peg that you peg into her butt region. There is some shading on here, so some parts of the fur are darker yellow, especially the tip and around the bow. And there is texture, fur texture paint sculpted into it. Well, that's nice. This is the butt flap. So it is pretty flexible. You've got two of them for some reason. At least I do. I don't know if she comes with both things for everyone, or if I just got extras. But you can see the tail holes, and you may need to position them differently, like stretch them and everything, because they are pretty bent inside the packaging. We'll pull out her bucket. So this is one of the DX bonuses. So we've got a metal looking bucket. It's got the metallic paint. You've got a handle. You've got a little rag with a little cat paw on it. The rag's kind of a purplish color. It's supposed to be white, but it's got purplish shading. Inside, you got the water. The water is kind of meh, but it does have some ripples sculpted in there. But it is just a solid blue color. Oh, and you can take the rag off if you want. But it is permanently sculpted in that curve and everything. So we'll just stick that back on. We'll pull out her broom now. Or mop or whatever it is. So this is actually surprisingly weighty. It feels like it's a metallic, yeah, it's a metal rod. There's the broom, or the mop, you got bristles. It is one solid chunk of plastic, but it is sculpted to look like bristles. You got a little bow at the top. And then that is why I call it a butt plug. Because someone pointed this out on MFC and you cannot unsee it. It looks kind of like a butt plug. And it does have a couple drips on it. So that's nice. Again, this was the other part of the DX bonus. And it was only a couple dollars more, so that's why I got that version. And the only thing that's left is Keke. So she's got some foam, and she's got plastic. So we'll go ahead and pull her out. Undo the plastic. She's got plastic on her arm. And I believe she is now de-plastic. So let's clean up our mess a bit. Set this all off to the side. There we go. Okay, so let's have a look at Keke. So she's got a face on her, obviously. She's got some hearts in her eyes. Her bangs are covering her right eye, but it is painted with a heart. She is sticking her tongue out, lapping her cake and everything. Looks like she's got little fangs as well, and a little smile. She does have human ears, and she has cat ears. And it does not look like a headband, so she's got 4 ears. The ears do have little floofs in them, and they also are sculpted with the fur pattern. It's got some shoulder length blonde hair with the side lock braided up. And that's a little bit longer. It's got a little cat hairpin and a little ahoge. She is wearing a glove on her right hand. Finger is sculpted. The thumb, index, and pinky finger are separate. Ring and middle are together. There is some sculpting of wrinkles and everything in there. Her other hand is ungloved, so it is a bare hand. That one, only the index finger really is separate. The rest are all sculpted together. And she does have some nail polish on as well. She does have a collar with a bell. And then she's got like a unitard that greatly exposes her chest. She does have a strap covering her boobs. So she is not cast off any further than what she comes in the box. So there are no nipples, but they are large, they are weighty, and they're pressed against the floor. That's why they're flat. Her little apron is hanging down because she is, sitting like this. And then it is tied in the back with a nice bow. And the bow has some pink highlights on the inside of it. It's got a nice spine line there. I see what looks like, it looked like some extra glue, but it rubbed right off, so that shiny little bit of shiny on your shoulder came off. Got some frills on the apron strap. Her button on her cuff is another cat head. Same on this one. She's got long sleeves. She is a maid after all. She does have a sculpted belly button, quite a long torso, and the bottom part of her dress is very, very narrow. She does have a red garter band around her left leg with a little heart pendant or buckle or whatever that is. She does have a bow on her stocking as well. She's got thigh-high stirrup stockings. So her feet, her heel, and her toes are exposed. Looking at the booty. So we've got some wrinkles in the crotch area, and it is, I don't know if it shows up on camera, but it is very red. So it's supposed to be shading, but it's looks more like irritation and all that. There is the peg hole for her tail. Feet are sculpted quite well. There's lots of detail on the soles of the foot and the toes as well. On her right foot, the toes are all together. The left foot, they are all individual. Spin her around. So she does have some toenail polish on as well. And yeah. So let's go ahead and stick her tail on. Come on. There we go. So this is one option to display her. This is like the minimal option. So she is just exposed. There's her face. I guess looking at the face and everything, you want her at a slight angle so that she's facing forward a little bit. If you look at her straight on from the side, it works, but not as good. She is surprisingly large. I mean, she is a 1/6 after all, but you figure, crouching down like that it would be a smaller figure, but yeah. She's doing like that M pose, so it takes up a lot of space. And she is quite long as well. I'd say probably 10 inches long total. Let's go ahead and do a zoom. So there's the face and the boobs and the little thighs. Tilt up to get the crotch and booty. So yeah, do a normal zoom now. And let's go ahead and get her a bit more modest. Not sure exactly how I'll display her, but probably with the modesty function. So kind of line up the edge of the skirt and put that under the bow. And there we go. Yeah, it does. You don't need to stretch it then. It does wrap around her booty then. And then we'll shove the tail through the hole into the other hole. There we go. So there she is assembled. Some people do display her kind of propped up a little bit, but she does not want to stay that way on her own. So there we go. So if you have her hand hanging off the edge of the base slightly, it does not touch the table or the turntable, but her boobs are more flat on the stand. If you move her back a little bit, there is a little bit of a gap there now. We'll go ahead and put her cake up there for her. And you can have other props if you so desire. I've seen quite a few of those on HPOI. Go ahead and throw her bucket up there, and we'll put the broom up. That's a way people have displayed her. I'll just throw it there, and we'll go ahead and spin her again. So this will probably be how I display her, slightly more modest, and maybe I'll rearrange the props and everything. Yeah, I think you're only supposed to get one of these, but I got two. I don't see any difference between the two, so yay. But yeah, I think she is cute. Let's see. Do a handheld shaky cam, get you a more straight on view. And spin her like this. So she is quite low figure like this. If you put her on the bottom shelf, you'll never really see her face. So she wants to be put on a high shelf, but it's up to you where you put her. Quality wise, honestly, I don't really see any flaws that stand out. Obviously, the heavy-handed shading on her crotch region could be considered a flaw. Some people like that, though. There was a little bit of extra shine on her one shoulder, but that wiped right off. The bucket, the water is kind of meh. But like I said, it was a couple dollars, like maybe $2, if that. I don't know. But it was, for a couple dollars, you can get the extra pieces. And I am surprised just how heavy this broom is. And it's because it's a metal rod. So yay. And then again, we'll do this angle because I know a lot of people will like that. So yay. So this is Hime Mao Keke, the Maid Nya. She is an original character. This is the DX version of her, which has the butt plug broom and the bucket. There is a standard version that does not have those, but all the other accessories come with her. She is a 1/6 scale figure manufactured by Kawa Design. She released in China sometime in November 2025. In Japan, she released on December 27th of 2025. I ordered her on November 11th, 2025. She got here today on February 9th, 2026. And at AmiAmi, I paid 7,540 yen, or $49.65. So, yeah, I think she is worth that price. So anyways, like I said, this is Hime Mao Keke. And I hope you enjoyed. She is cute. See you soon. Bye-bye.